over your, okay? And make your circles and make sure that you're looking out. The other way. And now I'm going to introduce a couple of 3 different knee circles. So first, with our legs hip width apart, we're going to just put our knees together. And then the move is similar to what we're doing. And I'll go the other way. And coming back this way, we're going to push the knees in, squat, open them up, and come back. Last one in this direction. Now pushing them in while you're bent, and then pushing back. So bent, straighten, open, bent, straighten, open, bend, straighten, open. 2 more. And then this, we're going to sit in a chair. So you're looking out, all these you're looking out, and you sit. And sit. And sit. 2 more. Last one. And now we come together. We go in one direction. And when you come to the last one, you squat, and then come up, and then go the other direction. Squat, and then jump back. Now, for the neck circles, you rest the inner portion of the back of your hand onto your hip bone and keep your elbows out this way. And you use your eyes to lead your circles. So you look down, and then you shift your eyes to over your shoulder, and your head follows. I mean, to over your elbow, then over your shoulder, then looking up at the sky, looking over the other shoulder, the elbow, the wrist, and down. So your eyes lead. And when you come up, you're breathing in. And when you go down, you're breathing out. 2 more on this side. And now go the other way. Looking over, elbow, shoulder, ceiling, shoulder, elbow, down to the floor, breathing in as you come up. And it slows down the rotation so that you're really articulating all the joints. Last one. And then let your hands drop and your head comes up. So now we're going to do an arm shake where your arms are out, but you're just shaking from your wrists, but it shakes everything. And we're doing 60 of these. So Arlette, you want to do more your wrist than the rest of your arm. And then have your hands at your sides like this, all the fingers open. Your arms are extended down, and then you're just shaking the wrists. And then this one is for balance. We're going to just do one set of 20, but usually it's 3 sets of 20. So you're going to keep your arms up, and you're going to look at a point that's going to help you balance. And then you're raising your foot off the ground, and you're shaking. You're kicking out. So it's almost snapping the knee. Other side. So now I feel woken up. We're gonna do the we're gonna twist. So when we do this twist, I like to think of it that we're moving our torso, that is what is moving our arms. And in Tai Chi, that is where we move from. Everything comes from the waist. So the waist and the breath move the legs and the arms. Okay. Last thing to wake us up is just the bounce. Coming up off the heels. I like to do 100 of these, and it's really good for your bones. Okay. All right. So I thought we would move into a waking the chi practice. And is everyone comfortable doing it from the floor?
I am. I'm going to do mine standing.
Okay. Yeah, everyone do it the way that we all know it, I'm assuming. So everyone do it the way it's comfortable. And for this, we're going to just do, we'll keep with the 5. It's a good number. All right, so we're going to begin with bowing over, bowing forward. So breathing in. Praising balance. Inhaling as we look up. Exhaling as we lower our arms. Two more. Looking from side to side, first looking at your middle finger and then over your middle finger. And switching sides and breathing naturally. Now we're gonna knock the heavenly drum. Breathing in as we come up the spine, on either side of the spine, exhaling as we come down. Last one. Coming to the base of our head with softness and breathing in as we drum up to our brow. Exhaling as we go back to the base of our skull. Knocking some sense in. Last one. Coming back, having the back of our hands on either side of the spine by the sacrum, and then rubbing up with the back of our hands to your lower rib, and then turning to your palms and brushing down. Breathing in as you come up, exhaling as you come down. Bringing our hands to the sides of our neck and giving gentle squeezes on each side of the vertebrae. And then rubbing from the base of the skull all the way down to our chin as we breathe in, and exhaling as we reverse back to the base of our skull. Last one. Now we hold our hands over our kidneys, sending in the warmth from all the heat we've been generating, stimulating the original chi. And bringing our hands so that they hover over the base of our head, and breathing in, hovering our hands to our chin, and exhaling as we move back. One more. And bringing our hands to the front of us, palm nested in palm, and then reversing one, holding one over so we have this ball of energy. And what I like to think of with this is that I like to think that we have this energy belt that our hands are holding two ends, and the rest is wrapped around the core of our dantian. And so that as we switch our hands, we're moving that belt and shining and brightening and strengthening the energy of the dantian. From here we breathe in, going into a cross hands, and then exhaling, bringing back our right leg with our right hand as we look and exhale, and continue exhaling and following the left hand forward. Leaving the leg where it is, breathe in to the cross hands, and exhale, following the left hand back and the right hand forward. Breathing in to the cross hands and following the right hand back and then the left hand forward as we exhale. Breathing in, follow the left hand back and the right hand forward. 3 more. Breathing in, exhale. Breathing in, exhale. Breathing in, exhale. Breathing in, exhale. Last one. Breathing in, exhale. Breathing in, exhale. And I like how it really stretches open the leg and stimulates the kidney meridian and the gallbladder meridian as well. So this time we're breathing on the leg in, and now exhaling, bringing the other leg back. The left hand goes back as you exhale, and the right hand forward. Breathing in to the cross hands. Exhaling, bringing the right hand back and the left hand forward, always following with your eyes. Breathing in, exhale. Breathing in, exhale to the right. Breathing in, exhale. Breathing in, exhale. Last set, breathing in, exhale. Breathing in, exhale. Breathing in, bring your left leg back. Now you got a crane. Okay, so we can do the forward leg movement with our legs still bent, or we can come up like this as well, whatever's going to be more comfortable, and or standing. So we're breathing in, and now we're exhaling. Bring the right foot forward, the right hand back, and the left hand forward. Breathing in, coming back together, and switching sides. Breathing in, and switching sides. Breathing in, and switching sides. Breathing in, switching sides. Breathing in, switching sides. Last set, breathing in, exhaling as we, and breathing in, exhaling, and coming up. That was a treat for me because generally I teach populations that are either in a chair or just standing. So from here, we're going to rise and fall. Lowering our legs just a little bit as the energy goes down. Now we're going to rise up more. And exhaling, going only as low as you can. Last one. Going into eagle spreads its wings. So breathing in, more in, holding the breath as we slip our hands back and forth. Exhale. Again, inhale. Hold. Inhale. Hold. Last one. Inhale. Hold. And into dragon, spies its prey. Stirring the clouds. Thunder. Lightning. And gentle rain. Let's just do a little bit of a cool down. So I wanted to share with you two practices. Do we have time? Are we good on time?
Yeah.
Okay. One, it's called Holding Up the Sky. And the idea of this practice is that as we age, our viscera sags along with a few other things. And so the idea of this practice is to help the viscera stay more in place instead of lowering, and also to just have chi run through everything freely. So I'm going to walk us through it in several angles. And can you hear me? Am I speaking loud enough? Good. Okay. So the first part is our hands are nested and we breathe in. So we breathe in so that we're leaning back and our arms are going forward. So we're almost pulling ourselves apart. So, and then we continue to breathe in, bringing our hands and our heads together. And then we continue to breathe in, rolling our hands over our eyes so the palms are up, and we're pushing out our pelvis and our knees. Breathing in. Last part of breathing in, our shoulders are coming up to our ears. And now we lower, exhaling. Coming as low as we can. And then palms come back up, swooping up. And then we come up onto our toes. And now we're breathing naturally. And if you can, ideally you want to look in your palms. So that's the overall structure. In the meantime, the other things that are happening is that when you're breathing in, you're also tightening your yu-yin point. So you're making a yu-yin lock, like the pelvic floor, a giant kegel that you're closing it all in and holding that energy in as we're breathing in. And then you relax the yu-yin as we exhale out. And then when we're up on our toes, then you're just breathing naturally and looking down. Okay? So let's try that one again. And are you seeing me okay?
Yes.
Okay. And is it better if I'm on the side?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's helpful when you're on the side, Joe.
Okay. Okay. All right. So we are breathing in, tightening the yu-yin. Sorry, breathing in, breathing in, breathing in. More breathing in and exhale. Scooping up, coming up onto our toes. And you stay on your toes for as long as you can. And then you lower. So I don't practice this enough to stay up on my toes for a really long time, but that's the idea. The part of it is staying up on your toes. So we'll do 3 more. But the idea of these is to do as many as you can. So the Master Ku from the Society of Non-Lao Shu, he lived to 96, and he was doing these up until the end, and his students would tire out, but he would do like 100 of them. Wow. So breathing in, more breathing in, and exhale. Lifting up. And lowering down. 2 more. Breathing in. More breathing in. Bending back and breathing in. And releasing. And lowering. The other thing that this is really good for is strengthening your feet. Our feet are so neglected and they do so much for us, but strengthening our feet can help minimize cramps. The last one, breathing in, bringing hands and head together, breathing in, rolling back, hands facing the ceiling, and exhale. Scooping up, toes. And lower. So any thoughts?
It's nice. I was having a good balance day. I could stand on my toes for a while. I feel like tomorrow, who knows?
I know every day's different, right?
But I did have trouble pulling up. I guess I need it then.
It's interesting, right? How things come to us at the right time. So the last thing I wanted to show you was, and I think we spoke about this last time,
Excuse me, Joe.
is this upper and lower chi transformation. Yep.
Joe, I was just wondering if you have anything about this this particular one written down anywhere.
Probably not, but I'll look. It's so Master Ku he didn't really write, he wrote a whole bunch of essays. So
More
I can
about
look.
what it's supposed to do in the body, because I've forgotten already, even though you told us.
Oh, I can send you that. That I can write up something. Yeah, I can do that.
Thank you.
Okay. Cindy, did you want to say something?
No.
Oh, okay. All right. So this last thing that I want to show you that we're then going to do a comparison of is upper and lower chi transformation. And I was taught this a long time ago because I was seeing a Chinese doctor who said I was too hot. And so I went to my Tai Chi instructor and I said, Chong says I'm too hot. And so she shared with me this exercise, and I don't do it enough, I will tell you. I haven't done it in a while, but we're gonna do this together. And the legs, like as we come up, the legs come up. As we go down, the legs go down. So that's the only thing that's going on with the legs, similar to any of the other things that we do, where our legs follow our breath and everything. So we're going to start. I'm going to do it forward first, and then I'll turn to the side and forward and to the side. So first we're doing upper. So we're breathing in, and as we breathe in, our arms slide and roll over our head. And then we start to breathe out and exhale, wiggling every finger. Every finger. And then we come back up, sliding up. Our eyes lead and our arms follow, opening up. And you want to see your fingers in your peripheral vision, and you're shaping everything. And make sure when you lower your legs, they don't go over your toes. So breathing in, I'll come up this way now. My head straightens, then my arms open, and we'll do two more. Last one. So that's upper. Now for lower, when we landed, we now come up. Hang on 1 second. I have to end this right. So now we come up, arms cross, and the fingers are moving, we're opening, coming down. And I did it wrong again. I'm backwards today. So here we go back. Now I have it. And coming down. I'm going to go to the side. We breathe in. Breathe in, arching the back, lifting up. Arms cross, turn over so palms are down, and then wiggling the fingers as we spread them open. So that was interesting for me, because when you do something and you just practice it, you're not really thinking about how you're doing it. It just becomes part of your cell memory. And so when I had to explain it, I kind of got mixed up. So thank you.
Is there a problem doing it if you have trouble with warmth, like you want to be warmer?
So what this is doing is it's the chi transformation. What it's doing is it's creating a balance between your yin and your yang, or your fire and your water. So it's my fire was out of balance. So this brings it into balance. And if you're already in balance, then it's just maintenance. So
And
it's not lower.
If your yin is too extreme, it would also bring an imbalance.
Correct, because it's this transformation of it.
Thank you. I like that one.
Yeah. And so what I wanted to compare that to is something that we've learned from John, which is lifting and pouring out. Lifting up and pouring out. So this too, where you're pointing your fingers, is where the energy goes. And so you're lifting earth or yin or water energy up, and then bringing down yang or fire energy. And so this too is an effective chi transformation. And so that's why I wanted to show you the other one, because that's what I knew until I learned this one. And I was like, oh, this is a simpler way to also do that.
Joe, you've shown us two things so far with wiggling fingers. What is the wiggling fingers supposed to accomplish? Do you know why they chose to make us do that?
Because our meridians are in our fingers, right? They go to the tips of our fingers. So you're trying to engage everything individually, because we use our hands so much in unison. So this kind of lets the energy articulate. And it's funny because there's certain massage techniques that I use on people who have carpal, and I have them wiggle their fingers as I'm doing it, because they're so not used to, oh, this is what that should feel like. So it's that kind of idea, but in the energetic realm.
Thank you. The second half of this last movement was very similar to something that I do called Glorious Invitation. And it's closing, opening to the energy of the universe, and then settling back down, open, up and down. It's the same feeling of, crossing, opening, and lifting.
Yeah, that's what's so amazing about Qigong, is how similar, like, these thousands of practices are. So let me just close this practice. So we're just going to do one round of meridian and then a few cool downs. So let's just start to rub our belly in one direction and then go the other direction. 5's our number today. And going back to our kidneys. And then slapping down. Coming up the inside. Over our head. And now let's just smooth down. And smooth that. And last, just the energy level, energy layer. And then just breathing in. And one of the teachers in England, she used to say, as you lower your arms down, think of this as an energy MRI, and I really liked that. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. That was really nice. And nice seeing everyone.
Thank you. It was beautiful.
Yeah. So how is
Very
everybody?
nice, Joe. That was great. So do we have a volunteer for next week? Do we want to keep this going? How's their momentum?
I love that we're doing this. Yeah.
If no volunteers, I will volunteer, but it'd be cool to everybody show us your stuff, but that's fine also. Just to get together is good.
Yeah.
Momentum.
Cindy, are you still in the States or are you back in Israel?
I actually, we were on one of the last flights out. As a matter of fact, we were in air and my husband had internet and said, we just bombed Iran. I was like, oh my gosh, okay, well, I'm sleeping, so I'll deal with it in the morning. But anyway, so we pretty much just got here and we're here for the summer.
Oh, in the States. Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, yes, United States for the summer.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
Joe, thank you so much.
All
My
right.
my dog Millie came in to join in.
Oh, I have a dog, Millie.
Oh, do you really?
She's a Bernedoodle. She's black and white.
Look
that's-
at that. Yours looks like a panda.
I know. She came to me in a meditation, by the way. And I kept searching for her at all the rescue places. Couldn't find her, until finally I gave up. This is during COVID. We had we had a dog before. We got her, she was 5 years old. So now she's 10.
And
Well,
what is she a type of dog or she's a mix?
No, a mix of something.
She looks like bulldogish from here, but I can't see really.
Yeah, I think there's English Pointer, but oh wow, look at them.
My babies. And then this is my tripod cat.
Yeah, I tried my cat.
And then there's another cat hiding somewhere.
Yeah. Isn't it interesting how the animals, like my other dog, he would he wanted energy massages.
Yeah.
He wanted like everything. He would go crazy, like, okay, I want some. And especially when I was doing the healing course from, the old one. And I was practicing on myself. And this dog too, she wants it all.
So
Practice,
cute.
of course, on my dog too. My dog who's now in my backyard in our little pet cemetery, but they always come around when I'm doing Reiki or any of this, and they go into this real relaxation mode. And now I'm starting to do. I already was practicing Reiki with horses, but now I'm studying equine massage.
Oh,
And
I
so
thought you said that.
Sorry to cut it short. I'm just gonna run and I'll see you
Okay.
guys next week, hopefully. Bli neder.
Play
See you
later.
later.
Thank
And
you.
have a good Shabbos. We could say we could have a good Shabbos. That's it.
It's after Shabbos. We have to say Shavua Tov.
What day is it?
It is
Today's
Monday,
Monday. Like,
That's okay. It was a good thought.
yeah, really. I gotta tell you, I feel like we're in 2026 already. Don't ask me why. I feel like suddenly I'm fast forwarding. I'm like, what happened?
You know, it's interesting that you say that because as I said, I signed up for this course in 21 when I signed up for my canine massage, and because in 20 I signed up in 20 because I got licensed for massage in 20, and what happened in 2020? I didn't really want to work on people. I kept that to a minimum, so I worked on dogs. And then I never did the horse thing. I got caught up in life and I was like, I've got to do this. It's now or never. So this year I ran into somebody who had horses and I said, that's the sign. And so I'm working on their horses and now I'm finding other people with horses because I need variety. But I went to the horses. They're used not just for equine therapy, but for equine psychotherapy. So there are these two mental health counselors that use the horses to help guide the direction of the mental health coaching, counseling. So it's
Wow.
very, very, very cool. So anyway, so I went and I wanted to get used to the horses in this new way, and their way of working with horses is that the horses don't have to comply. Like if a horse doesn't want a massage, it's not getting one, which is a hard way to learn, but it's a good thing to learn. So I just stood there doing Reiki until the horses got comfortable with me, and then they're like leaning into me, and I just loved it. So they're very, very attuned to energy, horses. So
Oh, that's cool. That is really cool.
anyway.
That is incredible.
All right. Well, my battery says it's going to die.
Right, well,
Have
this
a
is
great day, everybody. Joe, thank you so much.
All right.
Very
So
much.
we'll see
Nice
you
meeting
next
you all.
week. And I look forward to, you're a great person to learn from, really. I really enjoy it.
This is fun. This is fun.
Okay.
There's also a Torah lesson that I never shared because it's too much to type. It was about the healing aspects within
Oh,
Kabbalah. And
that reminds me, I'm reading this book. We're doing a book club to bring Jewish women together toward a meaningful life. It's teachings of the Rebbe, but it's distilled by Rabbi Simon Jacobson. And one of the things that I thought was really, really cool about it is that it talks about why we weren't just given our physical being and our soul being together as one integrated thing, but that that they are separate because we need to cultivate both. It's part of like the Tikkun Olam. And so what I love, the connection to Qigong, is that Qigong is so much a practice that helps us bring together body, mind, and breath. And breath is, the soul. So I like
is separation animal soul and spiritual soul, or is it a different separation?
there's our physical being, the actual physical flesh, and then we have the different layers of our soul, of the animal soul and the spiritual soul. But so that's, you have to have the souls in harmony, but you also have to have the souls in harmony with your physical being. So this is very important for me for the work I do as a health coach, because I always ask people who are trying to repair physically, what's their meaning and purpose? Like, what do they strive for? Because that becomes their motivation and their inspiration. If they don't have that, that's the first thing to work on, of like, what would bring you joy and how do you bring that into your life every day? It's like, sometimes you can, it's a big thing, but what's something that you can do for 5 minutes in that day? Once you have that, then you have, oh, if my body is in better condition and I take care of it better, then that facilitates my ability to do my meaning and purpose, which is the soul. Because the body can exist without the soul. It just doesn't exist in a very meaningful way. But the soul can't exist without the body in this realm on earth. And so we need to connect them and take care of them.
Oh, that's wonderful.
All right.
Give me motivation and I'll finish the research for the article that I want to.
Okay.
Right. I sat with a rabbi for an hour on it to understand it, but there's more research to develop it. So I'll share it.
Okay.
Hey, this is cool.
All right. See you next Monday.
Bye.
Guys, thank
Bye.
you.
Bye. Take care, guys. Have a good week.
I recorded it also and I'll edit it and send it to people on
Okay.
Thank you.
YouTube.
All right.
Oh,
I have
wonderful.
a private link onto the YouTube because that's where it can be stored.
Okay. Thank
Oh,
you.
gotcha. Yeah.
Published there, you have to have the private link to read it. It's just to
Okay.
keep it private.
Cool.
All right, bye.
Take care.
Bye.
Have a good week, everybody. Take care.
Bye.
Thank you.